Hello, and welcome to VforE. So maybe you've already been vegan for a while, but you really don't want to have to keep explaining that you get plenty of protein without eating meat, dairy, or eggs. You don't want to explain that you get all of your necessary macro and micronutrients from plants simply by paying attention to what you eat. You've had enough of giving rational explanations for why you chose veganism, and you're done with calmly and honestly explaining the benefits veganism can bring to yourself and others. Overall, you're fed up with having to explain that vegans are pretty much just normal people with slightly different eating and buying habits. If you've experienced any of these problems, maybe it's time for you to become a stereotypical vegan. Now, by becoming a stereotypical vegan, you don't have to worry about defying other people's expectations and preconceived notions. You'll leave no room for surprise, since you'll be meeting nearly all of the negative vegan stereotypes that exist. If this sounds like an appealing lifestyle change, keep on watching because I'm going to teach you how to be a stereotypical vegan. Number 1. Do not get a sufficient amount of protein. Although it's quite difficult to be protein deficient on a vegan diet, given that all plants contain varying amounts of protein, we're looking to meet one of the most common stereotypes about vegans. To do so, it's necessary to adopt a very low protein diet. To make sure you're not getting enough protein, I recommend eating a diet composed solely of white rice, highly processed white bread, and celery. On this diet, you'll also be consuming very little iron, which will probably result in iron deficiency and anemia. This way, you'll be meeting another vegan stereotype, and you'll probably become a bit pale, weak, and sickly looking. If this occurs, you're on the right track. Also, make sure to drink plenty of coffee throughout the day to reduce your iron absorption. Number 2. Make sure to mention that you're vegan in every possible conversation you ever have. This is especially important because it helps enforce the notion that all vegans are preachy, one-dimensional individuals. At the grocery store picking up your rice, mention to the cashier that you're buying the rice because you're vegan. In class, and the professor asks you a question, begin your answer with the phrase, "As a vegan, I think." Out on a blind date, make sure to say that you're vegan before you give your name or ask for the other person's name. I'm sure that you'll find plenty of clever and unobtrusive ways to mention that you're vegan in every possible conversation. Number 3. Make wildly inaccurate and obviously false claims about the benefits you experienced after going vegan. By doing so, you'll solidify the notion that vegans are more pretentious and prone to dishonestly promoting their lifestyle. Here are some useful phrases you can use to embellish the benefits of veganism. After going vegan, I stopped having body odor. My sex drive increased by 69%. Women suddenly began flocking to me whenever I left the house. My IQ doubled. I suddenly became taller, better looking, and more charismatic. My shit literally does not stink anymore. I instantly got a six-pack. Feel free to come up with your own claims. Remember, the more unbelievable, the better. Number 4. Try to convert others to veganism by telling them that they are murdering, subhuman shitlords. The stereotypical vegan is not only militant, but irrational and prone to ad hominem attacks when it comes to spreading the vegan message. Although you may be tempted to calmly and honestly describe the enormous amount of unnecessary death and suffering perpetuated by the animal product industry, or tempted to explain the detriments that raising animals for food has on the environment, or tempted to explain the health benefits you can experience by following a well-structured vegan diet, you have to remember, logic, honesty, and truth are the stereotypical vegan's enemy. Instead, you should only promote veganism by verbally abusing non-vegans for their dietary habits. The shock you will instill in others is sure to send plenty of people along the vegan path in no time. This behavior will also help cement the idea that vegans are preachy. So there you have it, my 4 quick tips on how you can become a stereotypical vegan. Feel free to incorporate these 4 principles in whatever order suits your lifestyle best. I hope you experience great success on your road to becoming a stereotypical vegan.